Hey fellow creatives, I'm practicing imagination and I wanted to talk to you about the advice to just trust your process because I don't think it's entirely true. You probably already read the title. I think that trust the process is mostly just survivorship bias, so I feel like I should probably explain what survivorship bias even means. So let's say you're trying to start a business and you go online to search for a bunch of tutorials and you find a bunch of them, and the people that start their own business, they will tell you to, let's say, they work hard and believe in yourself. And you get the feeling that that's all it takes, right? Because you don't see all the people who failed. You're not gonna listen to a person who tried to start a business and then failed. And they will have worked hard and they trusted in themselves and it didn't work out for them. So basically survivorship bias means that you only see the people who made it, and this sort of gives you a skewed perspective on how likely it is and how effective the methods they used really are. So you basically walk away thinking that maybe working hard is all you need to do, and you try that, and then if it doesn't work, it's like, why didn't it work? Because all of these super successful people told me it would, but it didn't end up working out the way you wanted it to. So now that you have a better understanding of what survivorship bias actually is, let's talk about trusting the process. So in my opinion, trust the process is set by really good painters. And I think it's genuinely true for them. They already have a process that they can trust and rely on. And if you look at the painting that I'm showing you right now, this kind of exemplifies that problem. I've been drawing for around 3 years regularly now, and if you look at the sketch at the beginning, it wasn't really working. It was looking really, really wonky. I was spending, I think, 1/5 of the entire painting time trying to make it work, and it did work out eventually. But yeah, during multiple points in the drawing stage, there were points where I felt like it wasn't going to work. I stuck with it, I basically trusted the process, and in the end it turned out fairly well. But I have a process that works. I know that it works. I have been, again, drawing regularly for 3 years, and even though my process isn't final, I may change things about my process, but for the most part, it's there. I know it works. But when I was starting out, I tried a lot of different things. I tried a lot of different processes for the drawing. For example, there is grayscale to color, which didn't work for me. I always start with color now, and it just feels a lot more natural to me. There are a lot of tutorials about how to make your own brushes or which brushes to use, and a lot of the time really successful artists will use brushes where the pen brusher basically controls the opacity, and I've tried to work with these kinds of brushes and it didn't work for me. I use a brush that is flow controlled, so basically the pressure controls the flow, and this one works a lot better for me. I can work with brushes where the opacity is controlled, but it just doesn't really come natural to me. So I ended up changing that. There are also people who will use multiply and overlay layers, and it works really great for them. I rarely use them because, I don't know, I just feel like it doesn't give me enough control about the colors that I get in the end. So yeah, this process is highly individual. What works for a lot of others might not work for you. I think the important thing here is to just try everything, right? So basically watch videos from artists that you admire and try out their workflow. A lot of artists will have videos up where they basically explain their entire workflow, which is really, really great as a resource. And try it out, see if it works or if it doesn't. Yeah, if it works, incorporate it into your process, And basically once you have a process that you know works, you can really start to trust that process. And if you feel like it's not working, but this process has basically made you paint a whole bunch of pictures that were really, really great, then, just keep going. There is sort of an exception to what I've been talking about up until now. Generally, if you trust the process, you will spend more time at a piece. So even if it has a lot of mistakes, maybe the perspective is off or the colors just don't really fit, people are generally able to tell if you spend a lot of time on the picture. So let's say you draw a dragon and you render all of the scales. Even if the anatomy of the dragon is off, people will still be impressed because of all of the detail that is inside of your piece. Yeah, what's the TLDR here? If you take anything away from this video, it's to try every process that you basically come across, experiment, see what works and what doesn't, and then eventually figure out which kind of process suits you so that you can actually start to trust the process. Yeah, so here's the final picture. Tell me what you think about my picture and what you think about trusting the process in the comments. And subscribe and like if you feel like it. And yeah, keep on practicing imagination.